All right. Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday morning. It's my Monday, so let me catch up with myself. I know that's what you want to know. I enjoyed every single moment of my birthday celebrations this weekend. It was one hell of a weekend. It was incredible in every way. It was great to feel and experience the love and support. It was great to see y'all in real life where I could touch and feel and hug people. And it seems so simple, but missing the ability to touch and feel and hug folk is real, right? All this social media is great and it's wonderful because I know what's going on with your life. But at the end of the day, there is absolutely nothing like touching and feeling and hugging people. Good morning, everybody. Hey, y'all. So we're rising and shining from the backyard in Pleasantville this morning. And I just wanted to be out here in the elements. So you're going to hear some planes go by because I live close to both airports. You hear some birds chirping, and this is my life. So in the summer, I sunbathe here. In the other times, I just sit here and enjoy it all. We got some flowers over here. You'll see more scenery of this summer. But this morning, our lesson is about commitment. Okay, I was at a friend's house for dinner the other night, and you sit still long enough, your eyes start to scan, and I saw this book, and I know John Maxwell stuff. You guys know I'm a John Maxwell certified trainer, but I grabbed this book and I said, well, Wednesday's call is going to be whatever I open this page to. And you know how it works. Universe always gives me exactly what I'm asking for. And so the message that the universe decided was for you today is commitment. It separates doers from dreamers. People do not follow uncommitted leaders. Commitment can be displayed in a full range of matters to include work hours you choose to maintain, how you work to improve your abilities, or what you do for your fellow workers at a personal sacrifice. And since I was making this decision for what we were going to talk about on the call, it hit me like a ton of bricks. People do not follow uncommitted leaders. And so why am I sharing my yoga journey? Why do I share my ups and downs? Why do I share so intimately? Sometimes my mom was like, you tell them people way too much of your business. And that might be true. But how else do I get you to really understand what it is I want you to learn if I don't tell you how it has affected me, how I have learned it, and what I have actually done to pick my pieces up and put it back together? Or what I'm doing to work on a goal, how I accomplish a goal, what it looks like when Monique is accomplishing a goal. The one thing I tell my clients most of the time is that I don't usually have a plan all the way in place for whatever it is you see me do. What you see me do is have an idea, decide I'm going to do it, and then I go and do it. And then you see the result of that. And it all looks like, well, of course she had the location, she had the date, she had the time. No, it doesn't really work like that. And so when you are busy trying to put all your pieces together and say, well, I'm going to have all of this together and then I'm going to do this. And I'm saying, don't wait. Just get started. That's what the difference in commitment really is. The commitment is about the action. The dreaming, right? The dreaming is everyone. Everyone's dreaming out here. But who's doing? Doing is the difference that makes the result that's tangible in your hand, the one that you can hold, the one that you know that you worked for. That is what the doing of commitment gives to you. And so we'll just roll with what John Maxwell suggested here today, and I'll tell you a couple of things in this short chapter. Commitment starts in the heart. Right? Commitment starts in the heart. If you really, really think about it, commitment is a decision that your head needs to get involved in. But once your heart decides, that's where the real true commitment lies. And we know this because we love with our heart and supersede what's going on in our head, sometimes even our logic. Right? It's true. But some people want everything to be perfect before they're willing to commit themselves to anything. But commitment always precedes achievement. Now that's what John Maxwell said. Okay, so we believe him, right? Anyway, the understanding and the depth of what it takes to truly commit to something is not a superficial thing. It isn't, because when the commitment really gets hard, when you're going to have to really show up for yourself, right? Because being committed is all about you and your journey. But when you show up for yourself and you can push yourself past where you just went and do a little bit more than you've done before and do a little bit better than you've ever done before, you get proud of yourself. And when you get proud of yourself, you can push you past or through anything, because being proud of yourself starts in your heart. And once you know that I've got this, I could do this, nothing can stop you, and nothing will stop you. But it takes action. You cannot just be sitting around still talking about, dreaming about, and maybe even writing about what it is you want to do without taking any action. Action is the key that unlocks the results, period. There's no way around it, okay? Number 2, commitment is tested by action. It's the one thing to talk about commitment. It's another to do something about it. The only real measure of commitment is action. See, I don't even read this stuff before I read it to you. But the quote says, nothing is easier than saying words. Nothing is harder than living them from day to day. And so I am Coach Mo, because no matter how you find me, I am consistently just about the same. Now, I will say something tested my nerves over the weekend. And I did have a moment where I had to pull myself back together because I just wasn't my happiest. And that was in the damn rain at Jill Scott, right? And so I'm trying to get it together, and we got all our stuff, and we out here, and Jill is singing, and now it starts raining. And I just don't like to be soggy. I just don't like it, right? And so I had to pull myself back together. But other than that, you catch me, you call my phone, you see me anywhere. I am consistently me. This is not an act. This is not a charade. This is exactly who I am. And so when I think about the difference between leaders and other people, it is the fact that you can watch what it is I'm doing, and I show up to be exactly who you think I am, which is exactly who I say that I am. When you see a leader, you know that to be true. When you see someone who is pretending to lead, then they are inconsistent in their actions and in their activities. They are inconsistent in what it is that they are presenting to the world. And they're also inconsistent in what they are producing. And so the difference of being a qualified leader, someone who is actually doing it, I know works because you watch. You pay close attention. And I know that you do what I do and not what I say. Some people do what I say and then watch to see what I'm going to do. And I know that you're watching, right? But I use that, and I use that accountability to help myself the same way that you use my accountability to help you. It works both ways. Accountability is a huge part of commitment. And anyone not willing to be accountable to someone else or to someone to hold them accountable is not willing to be a leader, and might not be qualified to be so, because you have to be able to stand up to accountability and say, okay, this is where I am with it, and either I've done great or I haven't. I can do better. There's more that I can do, but you have to be able to stand up to accountability. Number 3, Number 3, commitment opens the door to achievement. As a leader, you will face plenty of obstacles and opposition if you don't already. And there will be times when commitment is the only thing that carries you forward. I should have let John Maxwell teach the lesson this morning. He was going to say what I was going to say. Commitment is the enemy of resistance, for it is the serious promise to press on, to get up, no matter how many times you've knocked down. If you want to get anywhere worthwhile, you must be committed. And so what are you committed to, right? Where does your commitment lie? If your commitment just lies in your words and not in your actions, then are you really committed? If your commitment is surface but not to the depths of what it is you intend to accomplish, are you really committed? If you are not seeing any results from your action, are you really committed? And so I know that you're not out here just playing around just because, but you might have to dig deeper and ask yourself, am I truly committed to this thing that I want? Am I committed enough to bring it to life? Am I committed enough to hold it in my hand and do what it requires? Well, John Maxwell says there are 4 types of people. Cop-outs, people who have no goals and do not commit to anything. Number 2, holdouts, people who don't know if they can reach their goals, so they're afraid to commit. Number 3, dropouts, people who start a goal but quit when the going gets tough. And 4, all outs, people who set goals, commit to them, and pay the price to reach them. And so which one of those people are you? Are you a cop-out? Are you a holdout? Are you a dropout? Or are you going all out for your dreams? All out, doing what it takes to get the action and the momentum that it requires in order for you to have, be, do, hold, whatever it is that your desire is truly set on. And so for me, I'm committed to helping as many people as I possibly can learn to live a better quality of life. I put this message, quote, sentence, whatever it might be, just keeps coming to my mind. I make a living making living better for other people. And this weekend, I had some expansive things happen in my client base, where I had people celebrating celebrations, and I had people going through tragedies. And there is this very fine line between being a friend to someone, being a confidant to someone, and being a coach to someone. And that coach piece includes being a friend and being a confidant, but also being someone who doesn't get lost in the feeling and the emotion, but someone who can carry you through the feelings and emotions while managing my own. And so when people call me and they're going through things, I go through those things with them. I am there participating fully, but just enough where I can carry and support you without falling in the hole with you, right? Because somebody's got to keep you out of there. And that's what I do. And so my commitment is to that. My commitment is being who I need to be, my best person, so that I can always show up to be the best person that somebody else needs to be. And so what is your commitment to? Commitment is not sacrifice of yourself for others. Commitment is maybe committing to you long enough to say yes, which might require you to say no to somebody else, which means that you need to understand instead of seeking to be understood. There are different qualities of leadership that come with the job. But what is it that you are committed to, that you are willing to go all out for, no matter what happens, no matter what you face in the process? What are you committed to? Are you committed to your goals? Are you committed to your weight loss? Are you committed to the decisions that it takes to have whatever it is that you want? Are you committed to your financial goals? Are you saving or are you spending? Are you making better decisions? Are you committed to yourself? Are you committed to what it is that it takes for you to do to be your best self, to be the person where when you look in the mirror in the morning, you feel proud of yourself, that it's not a fake, that it's not a charade, that it's not a pretend game, right? Commitment knows pretend, and pretend does not work well in the realm of commitment. But if you are committed and you are taking action and you are doing, the universe will meet you tenfold. The universe will meet you and give you steps to unfold that you go, well, I never saw this coming. You'll call it magic. You'll call it a miracle. But if you asked for it on purpose and you sought after it with intention, it is the purest form of manifestation. Understanding that manifesting is first requiring that you want something, that you know what it is that you want. And then you get brave enough to ask for it. And then from being brave enough to ask for it, you wait for it. And then you wait for it knowing and expecting that it's already going to show up. And so what are you committed to? Are you doing or are you dreaming? That's your question for today. If you missed any of this, go back to the beginning. It's a great lesson. If you got something from it this morning, please share this message with somebody else. This is what I do. I do it with intention. I do it on purpose. I do it with commitment. I don't get paid a damn thing to wake up 3 days a week and do this call. No, I make zero money from this endeavor, but it is my commitment to helping as many people as possible that gets me up 3 days a week when I don't have to be. Do you understand that? I rise and shine because I choose to, not because I have to. I'm not committed to anything that requires me to do this other than my personal commitment to help as many people as I can. Everybody can't afford to sit in a red chair. Everybody isn't ready to sit in the red chair. But if anybody's willing to listen to these 15 minutes that I dropped in the morning time, I'm willing and committed to do it. This is proof. This is year 3 of Rise and Shine. Hey. And if you're just catching up on Rise and Shine, go to MoniqueSpence.com. There's some archives there for you, old audio archives, and now all videos are being placed on YouTube for you to view, share, and get these messages whenever you might need them. I love you more than you know, and I thank everyone for your birthday love and for all of the sharing in my special day that you all did. I love you very much for it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mwah! Have a wonderful rest of the week, and wherever you are, create sunshine, even if it ain't there. Mwah!